Listening to BearatNight podcast with your host, Jurassic Parker.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and non-binary, this is the BearatNight podcast. And today, once again, we are doing something a little different. And I was just by chance, it dropped in my lap. I watched the video, I saw something, found it interesting, and I had to go to the source and thought, this is dope. And I had to know more. I want to be part of whatever's about to happen, however it's going to happen. And just like, okay, this seems like a really cool idea, and I want to know more. I was already intrigued by the name. And I have the creator of the whole thing, the man himself, Alexander Soba. How are you doing today? And the project, y'all, because you know how I feel about my Power Rangers. I know that guy with the Power Rangers, and the name that caught me was the Power Rangers of Anaheim.
Yep.
And I had to go to the source. They're like, okay, I need to know more. So, by all means, bro, take it away.
All right, cool. I'm super excited. I was super hyped that you reached out to me. And thank you once again. I really appreciate the offer to be on your podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having,
all surreal. Like, all just interesting. So, the Power Rangers of Anaheim. So, a lot of people are going to think this is a regular Power Rangers movie. Unfortunately, It's not. What this is just going to be a straight up comedy based on the original show. So the way I came up with the idea was I've been friends with Mr. Roger Velasco, the original Black Ranger and Green Turbo Ranger. I've been friends with him for the last, 15 years.
Wow.
Stayed in touch. I've always, pitched ideas, and I've always wanted to be in the filmmaking industry. I went to New York Film Academy for college, and not until recently I partnered up with the other producer on this film, Jonathan Amardeas, and I pitched him a few ideas about films, and he's like, "I like that one," and I was just like, "Which one?" "The Power Ranger one. That one sounds good." I was like, "Okay." So I got the script done, and I pitched it to Roger, and Roger was all in. And we're just super excited. So a little bit about the project. The movie is about basically people in their late 20s, early 30s, down on their luck. And, they run businesses, they have jobs, they have normal lives, and they're just so sick and tired of all the crime that's been happening in their local neighborhood in Anaheim. And, inspired by their childhood heroes, they decide to dress up like Power Rangers and fight crime and take on the evil drug lord, Lord Zed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So Lord Zed, originally I had in mind Mr. Michael Blackston to play Lord Zed, and I just thought it would be hilarious with his accent and everything. Unfortunately, that is true. So go with a younger actor, with a more experienced actor, Mr. Giovanni English, and auditioned fantastically, and it was awesome. And then when it comes to the project currently, we are raising the funds. We're trying to get this off the ground. We currently have a GoFundMe where people can support, and it's going to be hilarious. It's Power Rangers meets Kick-Ass, and we're super excited for it. It's really funny. Going through the script with Roger, going through the script with my other producer, he enjoyed it. And it's not your story. This is going to be something really funny and really classic. It's going to really hit the heartstrings too. It has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
It's rude. It's not unfunny. It's just right. It's in the sweet spot. Yeah.
That's pretty dope. I like the idea of a comedy. Because we don't get that. I mean, I'm a real fan of fan films, and taking I said this on the last pod, the creative process with people outside of that work, outside, the the machine, if you will, like that they have better ideas than what the big producer, big business is trying to do. You know, like the ideas, the passion, especially the passion of it, is far deeper than what we than what they're putting in from behind the scenes, and you can totally feel that with the fan films and fan series. I was literally just last night I fell asleep, matter of fact, watching Zordon of Eltar.
Oh yeah,
and I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it in like 10 years. It's like 10 years old, but somehow it still holds up, like visually, and the story is still good. And I was like, damn it, why couldn't we could have got this story like as a film, like as a feature film, like you could expound more on that, just like with just Zordon. But it was fans that did that, and then just the evolution of seeing that to like Bloodline of the Grid, or Project Zodiac, or the stuff that Nerdbot is doing, and now they hear your story and hear your project. It's like this is stuff that a lot of fans would hope to get from the major people, that the ones that put this together, but yet we don't, and it's like we like to see growth. People like to see growth in projects over the years, and it seemed like we never get that growth spot. With like every other franchise, IPs gets older with the fans. They grow. Yeah. Somehow, that's why Power Rangers, they just never get there. Mm-hmm. They somehow, you think they're gonna get there, then somehow they revert back. Every time. So I remember like a Hector David at a con. He played the Green Samurai Ranger. Mike, the Power Ranger Samurai. And I remember him vividly saying that when they first got the IP back, Saban got it back. When they were shooting, everything at first was playing up as they're young adults, and they were older. But he came in, saw everything, he didn't like it, and like, no, make them younger. Even though these are grown ass people, he's like, no, they need to be like 15, 16-year-olds. How you gonna make somebody look 30 be a 15, 16-year-old? That's not right. So he dumbed it down.
The way I wrote it,
he dumbed it down for the kids. I'm like, no, I remember being a kid and was growing, and I went from Power Rangers Zeo and into space, and as they went on and got mature with the show and start being kids to like people with jobs, I was a person that was from a kid to a person with a job, and it grew. So I love seeing the fans doing work like this and maturing with the product, like maturing the product and showing it, like getting to another level that the big business, the corporations can't do. It's just fun. Honestly, it's just fun to see things in a different light, and seeing things like hearing this story about what you're going to do. Yeah, it's like, ooh, I can think of so many jokes you could add. Like,
throw them at me.
It's just like it's like the funny things you could, like, if you're spoofing. There's just so many, you see so many spoofs on TikTok, and I feel like a lot of people who are older now, they start to pick at the little things from Power Rangers because they, it's still love for Power Rangers, but the little things that you're like, what, that is true.
I'll give you one nugget. I'll give you one scene that's really funny.
Okay.
So, they already decided to become the Power Rangers of Anaheim, and they have this conversation in a bedroom, the master bedroom of the leader, who's going to play me, Tommy, with
what do you say, Tommy with a what?
With an eye. With an eye.
Tommy with the eye, got you.
So I'm going to be playing the White Ranger in the game, in the video. I mean, in the movie.
Right.
So we discuss, hey, you're going to be the Black Ranger, you're going to be the Blue Ranger, and all these things happen. And then we get to our first fight, where we're trying to stop an exchange of drugs. We show up with our normal clothes, and we're like, hey, stop there, citizen. And then that's what the Red Ranger says. And I'm like, dude, come on. That sounds horrible. And then I just repeat the exact same thing. Stop there, citizen. What a lower tone.
I get it. Okay.
We set up, we line up, and we say the ultimate phrase. All right, guys, it's morphin' time. And then as soon as we say it, we slowly change into our clothes right then and there. You know, we take off our sweater. I can't put on my boots. I'm helping the Black Ranger with his zipper, and it's like, dude, just zip it up, just all the way. And all the bad guys are like, dude, what is this?
Wait.
This is ridiculous.
Wait.
And we're
hold up.
guys, 2 minutes, and then we're totally gonna like kick your ass. So just give me a minute here. And then like the Pink and Yellow Ranger, they're already completed. And we're like, dude, how'd you get done so fast? Can you guys hurry up? These guys are waiting. Yeah, we're waiting. Let's go. What's going on? So that's one little nugget that I was like, oh yeah, I have to, because it's based in reality. It's based on like, you don't have powers, you don't have Megazords, you're just dressed up as Power Rangers. So like that's your only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you was explaining that, and you had mentioned Kick-Ass, right?
Yeah.
I automatically, because I'm a fan of the movies and I have the books, and I automatically thought of like the first time like he's on the job, like you know, before he gets ass kicked, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I automatically thought of that, and then when you said changing clothes and taking the time, as a person who does cosplay and especially have done the Black Ranger, already, and working on something else, the time it takes to get all that together, the boots and the shoes and the gloves, the cuffs.
Yeah.
I even said the first time. How the hell did they just change so fast? And like, you have to morph in order to get all that on at one time. Because it took me and a friend of mine, like, hey, can you get this for me? Can you do this for me? Like, oh, can you zip up the back?
Yeah.
Like, the way that you explained it, it was like, yeah, that is the hard truth of dressing up as a Ranger. Cosplay. Yeah, so it's just like, I just thought about myself in the dressing room, in the hotel room with my boys, and so like, yo, can you zip me? I can't reach the zipper. Can you get that from me? So imagine putting that out, like you're transforming in front of these guys.
Yeah, and these are hardened criminals. These are guys who are dealing crack, loads of money, making millions here.
And they're just watching you.
Doing is just interrupting them all the time, and he's just getting annoyed. He's like, I am sick and tired of you making everything so inconvenient. So he kidnaps us.
Yeah.
That's the main four, which is gonna be yeah. So
I love it.
Yeah. So he kidnaps the main four, which is going to be the White Ranger, Pink Ranger, Yellow Ranger, and the Red Ranger, who actually know karate. So we're going to actually use, it was an excuse to use our martial arts experience and actually choreograph it like an actual martial art movie. Right. So that's something that's going to be really impressive and really unique, that you're going to see real karate. The only two that are not that experienced are going to be the Blue and Black Rangers, because they're the comedic relief.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
4 of us get kidnapped because we're the experienced ones. And then they have those 2 left over, and they have to figure out how to get them out of this situation. So that's when they recruit Roger. And then Roger's trying to talk him into reality. He's like, listen, I was an actor on TV. I sell real estate. I have no idea how to help you guys. You guys got yourselves in trouble. You get yourselves out of trouble.
The fact that you got Roger in there was like really dope, because that's the first thing I saw was the video that he posted. Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? What is Power Rangers Anaheim? And like like, I think anything, like, if you get that Ranger approval on it, it's like, okay, it must be something. This must be really good. If this Ranger is taking the time out, this former Ranger taking out his real world life now to join into something, because some people don't want to go back to it, you know. But if it's actually good, then yeah, it must be something amazing, really, to like for this person to hop in. So that was the first thing, and then the way he would explain it, and I'm like, okay. And then I checked your page and everything, and I'm like, okay, I need to know more about this. And as I'm hearing this, it's like, okay, this sounds really fun. And it's just something about the name Power Rangers of Anaheim. And I don't know why I thought about the Mighty Ducks for some reason. It's not even the team.
A nostalgic feeling, and Disneyland is in Anaheim, so I was just like, oh, hey.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a team that I thought about. The Anaheim. I thought about the cartoon of Anaheim, the Mighty Ducks cartoon. For some reason, I don't know why I connected it to to the Mighty Ducks cartoon, but for what you're bringing out, I think is pretty unique, and what you're trying to do. Like, what's the film? Like, what's not the filming, but what is the writing process? Like, what made you think of all this? Like, what sparked that interest?
Oh yeah,
to go there.
I mean, a lot of it was being friends with Roger for such a long time. Roger and I, we dove into a couple businesses. I had the privilege of working with him multiple times on other things like energy business and businesses and things like that. But yeah, it was one time at dinner or lunch that we went to get. Now I remember it was at lunch. We're getting fish tacos. We're in Huntington Beach. Like, I fulfilled my dream. I'm in Huntington Beach where they shop Power Rangers with a Power Ranger. This is awesome. And we're doing business.
Right.
So I was like, I went to New York Film, and he's like, oh, that's impressive. My cousin went there too. It's a great school. And, we were having this discussion. I'm like, maybe one day we could do a film. He's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Maybe like a comedy. It was a, just a throw off comment.
Yeah.
Like, a comedy where like you try to talk me into reality and stop doing stupid things dressed as a Power Ranger, and like that'd be hilarious. It's like, but that would have to be like for a mature audience, for like, because we've been growing with the Rangers for so long. Right. And now I'm 30 years old. That was in '94. My seasons were Galaxy. My seasons were Time Force and Space, Zeo. Like that.
You said 30. I realized as soon as you said 30, I'm like, oh god, oh god, my age.
Oh man,
I was there when the first episode of Mighty Morphin as a little kid when Mighty Morphin first showed up.
Different colored tapes.
I still have the VHS. Like, as I moved from my old apartment to this place, I threw away a lot of VHSs. Now I should have never did that, because now VHS is supposed to be
worth so much.
Yeah, but I kept my Power Rangers. VHS and some Disney, but it's just the nostalgia factor of it. And I'm like, man, I used to play these over and over and over, and now I could just go online and go to YouTube now and just see 24 hours. Yeah, it's crazy to me now. But you started
hold up too.
Yeah. And you started right when, I would say, you got in there right when it was really starting to get into the next gear of the franchise.
Time Force is really underrated. Time Force is most impressive.
Yeah. Of
course, Zeo I loved too, and Lost Galaxy was really good too.
But what is it? Lightspeed was more like people with jobs.
Yeah, underrated. A lot of people don't, if you revisit them, I'm like, this is good. This is like quality. Yeah,
and like I said, it was people with jobs that had actual jobs that were young adults doing work, and then they happened to be a Power Ranger. I feel like they stopped being kids. They're literally, they're I didn't know the different logos for like ambulance and EMTs and all that, the fire department. I didn't know that until I saw the Lightspeed. I didn't learn any of that till Lightspeed. So it helped me to understand. I didn't know, so it taught me something. So I mean, it grew like I said, you grow with the show, and that was the perfect time frame. Like, you got in there right after in Space and in Lost Galaxy. Which also is another great show. People forget Lost Galaxy was dope too. Like, that was a great series. But you got in there right when it was in the next year of getting really good. Yeah, and a lot of people fall off from after Mighty Morphin, or maybe they get to Zeo. But as soon as they get to Turbo, they kind of left. And like, no,
I like Turbo. I've always liked it.
I thought Turbo was fine.
Came in and all of those guys.
Yeah. I thought Turbo was fine. I love the transition from when you get when we got to Carlos and TJ and everything, and I like that group.
Turbo's the better movie.
You think Carlos? Okay, now I don't know about that part. I don't know about that part.
Well, like, quality wise, I think it was made better.
It was
awesome.
It looked more. It was more. It fit better to because it was done by them. like, so it was like it transitioned better for the show, like from the movie to the show, because they didn't own the rights to Mighty Morphin, so that's
Yeah.
why they had to do their own thing with the Jetty stuff.
Oh,
It come with a whole different story for how they got the powers instead of just coming straight from the movie and then the TV. So when they did Turbo, they could have just they went, oh, we get the new season. The movie was basically to open the season and go right into that. So we already know, and then we just easy transition. But I mean, I still think both movies we still didn't get enough Power Rangers.
yeah.
And even with the newer movie, the 2017 movie, we
I
still
like
didn't get it. I like the look. I love the look
Yeah.
of the Rangers,
I
but
liked
we
it.
still didn't get enough Rangers, like
Yeah.
the suit stuff, and like because I realized as I got older, because I don't know how I didn't notice all this but as I got older, like okay, we only got the Power Rangers in suits at night, which is a dope look,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
we only got them.
That in this film, you're gonna get a
Yeah.
lot of, and we're using the original Mighty Morphin suits.
Oh, so we're going to spandex. We use the spandex.
Yeah. We're gonna use
Okay.
the Mighty Morphin suits. So we're gonna use, the White Tiger. We're gonna use Mastodon, Sabertooth Tiger, all of those guys.
So have you ever suited before?
Have I ever suited before? Yeah, I have.
How did you feel?
It felt surreal. It was it was pretty cool. I look good. I was like, oh snap! We're gonna wear real tights. We're all gonna start working out beforehand. We're doing a gut cleanse. We're doing all this.
Dude, you have to do so much just to prepare yourself to get to that suit level, boy. I tell you, this is a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
but it feels great.
shooting. Yeah,
What I would say, like one is a whole different level of breathing with the helmet.
Yeah.
You got to learn a whole different level of breathing. Like when people were talking about COVID and have the mask on that they can't breathe, I'm like, oh really? Try wearing a Power Rangers helmet in the heat. Like, and knowing that you can't take it off because you still can't. You got to keep the facade there because you got kids around. So you don't want to just take it off and ruin it for them. So it's a whole different. You got to breathe different. It's just oh my gosh, but it's worth it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely worth it. And also, I was just thinking about the fights too. Like, you remember Batman versus Superman, the Batman fight, right?
Right.
So there is one scene similar to that where you just throw the bad guys around like a rag doll kind of thing, and that's gonna be Roger's scene where he's just ragdolling them, and then the Blue and the Black Ranger are just impressed. They're like, dude, you almost killed them. It's like, what? They're bad guys.
I mean that's that's the whole point. That's like doing his job.
Yep. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We have a couple black belts that are gonna be consulting us in the film too.
That's awesome.
Their business too. Their Taekwondo studio, ran by Gilmore and Jason, and it's gonna be really exciting, man. That's why we need the help from the fans. We really do. We got to get that GoFundMe going. We gotta really promote it to the best of our ability because that's what's going to get the movie made. And I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people. And they're going to feel like they're in our shoes. It's a very diverse cast. I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. The Black Ranger, he's African-American. We have Vietnamese for the Yellow Ranger. We have a Native American for the Red Ranger, who we're looking at. Still hasn't been fully casted yet. But we casted yellow, black, white, and pink is coming very soon too.
So
we might be one scene very soon.
Now, would you poke fun at the fact of the colors in the the
yes? There's a few jokes.
You got to. I don't know if you saw what was it was a Key and Peele skit where it was Jordan Peele. They kind of doing like a Power Rangers Voltron type of thing.
Like, why is the black guy the Black Ranger? Why is the Asian girl the Yellow Ranger?
Yeah, and it was like Black Falcon, but he's like, I'm green. Hello, I'm green.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Black Falcon. He's like, no, I'm green. What is going on?
In the film, we do have that joke. We will touch upon the Yellow Ranger being Asian, and we will touch upon the Black Ranger being black.
Yeah.
And there's. I'll give you this nugget, okay, because it's not a total spoiler. We do a roll call, and
I was wondering if there was going to be a roll call.
There's a roll call, and we finally have the confidence. We're officially Rangers. This is the final battle, and Anaheim Ranger white, Anaheim Ranger blue, Anaheim Ranger pink, and then we get to the Black Ranger, and he's like, "Black as fuck, Ranger! Black Ranger, black!" And he just screams it, and we're just like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
and he just throws himself in the water like that. So it's just like so proper, and then boom, and then proper again. Yeah, and then of course Roger, Space Ranger Black, ready to go.
So I asked this before, to Demo Morris of Project Zodiac, with the void right now, because there's a big, huge void now.
Yeah,
that's open now with Power Rangers.
Yeah,
like we were all waiting to see what's the next level, what's the next evolution of Power Rangers with the Netflix deal. Yeah. And we got Once and Forever,
which I loved.
And it was nostalgia and everything, and they say kill. Like, they didn't say destroy, we're gonna kill. I was like, oh my god, I never heard that before from Power Rangers. I love it. And they actually did kill, because Billy, he shot Rita, so I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then we got the last season of Power Rangers Dino Theory, whatever.
I know which one you're.
Cosmic Fury. And
you saying it was okay? It was
okay, and you can see some of the maturity in the dialogue. I say, and I love some of the shots that they was doing. And the fight scenes, I'm like, oh, so somebody must have used some drone shots or something, because...
Oh, yeah, no, David Yost.
Oh, my God. Some of these shots is great. And the suits, oh, my God. The Mighty Morphin suits is beautiful. Like, they redid them, and they even had the little neck cuffs things, like, oh, my God. There's going to be a lot of cosplayers asking for that now.
Well, when we shoot the film, it's going to be hot as can be when we put the cuffs.
Yeah, but it's like, I love the fact that they added that little detail, because everybody always used the sperm helmet, the sperm hood that we all call it. We use that. People always use that instead of like they just had like a little thing over in the on the show. But seeing the look of everything and the scope, and then down and hoping for the best. And everything now is just falling through the cracks now. Yeah. Now, you think like a film, a series like yours, like Anaheim, Power Rangers Anaheim, can like help fill that void that gets your Power Ranger fix?
I'll tell you this. I really think people are truly going to appreciate it. After reading the script over and over and over and revising, now that we have a solid script and the grace from Roger, he wouldn't have never come back out of retirement if it wasn't that. And we already planned, like, if this goes well, we already planned the sequel. We already planned the third film. And in the sequel, we're going to move on to Zeo and dress as Zeo. And in the third, we're going to move on to Turbo and dress as Turbo.
Oh, wow.
And if we can get to number 4, we're gonna do the Zordon era kind of thing. And it's going to be mature. It's going to be to a point where, yes, it's going to be based in reality of like adults doing this as a community service, but it's going to have a lot of charm. It's going to make sense within its world. And I think people are just going to love it. The jokes, and we throw the F-bombs. We make, it's going to be like Family Guy humor kind of thing.
Awesome.
So we're going to make the off comments. We're going to have kick-ass martial arts, because I can still throw a kick.
Right.
Before I'm older, I still want to be able to do that. So
just make sure you stretch. Just make sure you get all your stretches.
I gotta stretch now. I'm known for my roundhouse, and I threw it without stretching. I forgot I was 30 for a minute.
You will. Your body will remind you in so many ways that you are not the same kid no more. You can feel it if you want. You can have the mindset and everything, but your body will remind you in a brutal way.
Trying to get one scene out as soon as possible so the fans can see something.
Right.
And we're most likely going to go with the scene where it's me and the Pink Ranger. We're walking home, talking about our families, getting to our kids. and she gets harassed by these two guys, and then these other two guys try to rob us. Of course, we subdued them and beat the living Jesus out of them. And just so we could show you guys what the fights are going to look like. I mentioned Batman versus Superman, the Batman fight. That's going to be like Rogers. I would say a lot of inspiration from Raid. I would say a lot of inspiration.
That's a good one.
So, because we are martial artists. Half the cast are real martial artists that know how to throw a power roundhouse.
But that's brutal.
Well, so, and then Rogers experienced in karate, in taekwondo, and MMA. Because he did for the show, and so we're all experienced. And Rogers still in great shape. He's exactly 20 years older than me, and he still has a six-pack. He still looks good. He's ready to go. He's working out every day before it. I'm gonna start working out once we start getting closer to the goal that we have for the GoFundMe, and we're all gonna be in that 30-day crunch before filming to get into tip-top shape to really shoot this thing. We have a karate dojo. We have a warehouse. We have fake drugs and money already. Fake, not real.
Fake.
Okay, just saying.
I'm with it. I'm excited to see what happens. It's funny you said. I don't know why. I just had in my head. It's like when you said mention Turbo. I always thought like you could always do a Turbo mixed like with the Fast and the Furious mixed with the Ultra Mask.
You read my mind. That's the joke I'm gonna make.
Because it's like, why not try that? Like they already. Matter of fact, Fast and the Furious has already been doing that for so long. You could just pop a helmet on them, and that's pretty much it. And just go ahead,
There is a theme between the trilogy because I've thought of this remember, I've had this on my lap for 10 years.
10 years.
So, 10 years I had this on my lap, and it's until now that we finally got the motivation to actually do it. And it's the right time. It's the perfect timing. And so this trilogy's been thought out.
This is awesome.
I am make we family joke in the third one. In the second one, there is going to be an aspect of a bad ranger go rogue, and he's taking it too far. And then them as Zeo, they're going to have to come out of retirement to really stop the Gold Ranger from acting on the bad. So it's going to be impressive.
I love it. I love that you have everything. You're on your George Lucas stuff. That's what I should say. You're on your George Lucas kick because you've got everything planned out. You got everything planned out from top to bottom, which is so dope because you don't have to take time like, oh, what's next? You already have it planned. Yeah. So it's right. You're ready.
As a fan myself, I understand how precious this is to the community. I understand you have to do this with grace. You have to do this properly, or they're gonna come laughing at you.
You don't know. Shit, poke fun at the face a little bit too.
Fans, Star Wars fans, I know the lore. I understand it well. I know how to make the appropriate jokes, when to make them. There's a part where we're gonna say, okay, let's get the Megazords, and the Blue Ranger's like, dude, we don't have that. What are you talking about? It's like, oh, sorry, I got really excited. Let's just keep kicking ass,
I can think of you could do something like that, and then somebody just playing with the little toy Megazord. It's like this is just a recreation of what we would do.
I didn't also want to make it too corny or anything like that, but it's perfect. It's a balance. It's a real good.
But there's a lot you can do with the lore, and you can make I would say any IP you can make funny.
Yeah.
You can poke fun at any IP.
That's why the drug lord his name is Lord Zed. Short for Zedlak Buddha. I made some huge African name because he's gonna still keep his Nigerian accent.
Yeah. I'm with
and
that.
It's gonna be funny. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what come out of this because I'm sold just by you explaining everything. It's just like, okay, this could go so many ways, and it's all funny. And the fact that you make it a spoof of comedy, that's something different because I don't see that in a lot of other projects, the fan films and stuff. And the fact that you want to do that and take it to that level, that shows hey, this is different. Because no one, I'm literally serious. No one's doing that. everybody wants to add to the story and make it more mature, which is fine. I love that. But you can also do both. You know, they have some jokes in here too, in there and whatever. But you're doing something over to the left that no one else is doing, and that's pretty dope too. You know.
Yeah, that's what's going to separate us from everybody else. And I appreciate everybody else's work. I really do. I love Power Rangers as a lore. And, you know, I even played the game Battle of the Grid, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was impressive. I thought it was great. They can add a little bit more, but, man, it was
Well,
perfect.
you see the new one, right? The Rita's Rewind?
Yeah, I got so much on my plate.
It looks fun, and they even added some.
5 has been sitting there.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. Like when it comes out. Like Rita's Rewind is it's like a mixture of the old games mixed with what like they have Robo Rita from the Once and Forever.
Oh, that's cool.
Like there's 2 versions because I guess Rita goes back in time and whatever. Yeah. So it has that old 8-bit look to whatever, like the Sega Genesis look to. But yeah, it looks great. You know, so I mean, overall, man, like you mentioned this. I think you mentioned it before, but what was your favorite season of Power Rangers?
That's tough. Okay, you're gonna be shocked, but Time Force just has that. I feel the perfect story for me. Really? I feel it's really overlooked. It's really underrated.
Mm-hmm.
With just the first episode where they killed Alex, and choreographed, I was just like, "Oh, we're going here. We're going here."
Yeah.
Like the Wesley and the Pink Ranger dynamic, it wasn't forced. It was
right.
Like, truly, they loved each other. They cared about each other, and it was hard for there was drama. Like it was hard. I was like, man, this is good.
And Pink Ranger was the leader.
And she was the leader, yeah. And it didn't have to be forced. It was done with grace. It was done properly, and we were all sold on the idea that the Pink Ranger was the leader, and she's running the show. She knows how to do this because she is a professional.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved that they wrote it that way. I was like, yeah, this is a powerful girl, man. Like this is awesome.
And you can't forget about the Quantum Ranger. The fact you have 2 Red Rangers on one team.
The epitome of you want the smoke, you know, like
yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I always looked at him as like the Vegeta.
Yeah,
of all the 6 Rangers, he was like the Vegeta. He just didn't care. Like he could actually take everybody out on his own, and it was like I would say him and the red Lightspeed Rescue Ranger. Them 2 with a gun, or a blaster, you want to call it, they're good. They'll take anybody out. You know, they're what is it called? A marksman.
Yeah.
They're good with
the Forever Red episode.
Yeah, they're good with it. I'm like, man, they take anybody out with just one shot, any distance. They're good. Man, this was it. It was really. So yeah, I was on it. I think we good there. I think, bro, this has been great, man. Honestly, this has been a great one. I'm glad that we got the chance to talk, and glad to get to hear what you're bringing to the table. Because I mean, for a lot of us, like especially me, I've been a fan since day one, and I'm surprised I'm still in it. I'm still. Yeah. I mean, I'm in it. I got a big Red Range behind me.
Oh shoot! Wow.
Yeah, I got the Red Ralph Force. Yeah, right by this whole back area.
I still have Megazords. I still have my Wild Force, my Time Force. It's in the garage somewhere. But
yeah, this whole back area behind me is like all Power Rangers. And then on the other side, I have Big Bad Beetleborgs and
that's awesome.
Masked Rider and Kamen Rider.
Big Bad Beetleborgs, man. Those were
awesome. I got you might be Suya. What is it? Mystic Knights of Tunanog. I have those. I have those figures over here. So yeah, pretty much anything that has Saban, I have so far. Pretty much, I have a big VR Trooper.
They have Generation in the Chokehold, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. They really did. They really did. So, and these are toys that I'm not even going to give my kids when I have kids. I'm like, no, because you're going to ruin them.
I got my first. I have a 1-year-old, so I'm
Ah,
excited.
that's beautiful. Yes, I saw that on your page. Yes, congratulations. You
Thank you.
know, so being a dad, that's a great thing.
Uh,
Um,
it's
so
interesting, really interesting.
are you gonna is the baby gonna get a cameo in the movie?
Yeah, he might. So in our little bedroom scene where I have all the Rangers lined up talking about the idea of becoming Power Rangers, he will crawl across.
That's
So I think we'll do that, but
that's dope.
about it. And the producer has a 1-year-old too, so we might just have our kids crawl across.
That's
There's a lot of cameos. There's going to be a lot of love in this film. It's just I wish I could just show you and give you my eyes right now. Like,
you know what? I'm stoked to to see what comes out of it. Like, I don't mind being surprised, especially with something like this type of story. I'm looking forward to being surprised with a lot of it. With it, I know you have Roger. Now, would it be other like you think you're gonna have other cameos from other Rangers or?
as of right now, it's just Roger.
Okay.
It would be great if we could get one more. I will
Right.
have to discuss it with him. I'm not going to tell you who or what, but
Hey,
it would be a nice little reunion. I'll just tell you that.
any type
If
of
not, we'll hold off for the second one. If not, we'll hold off for the second film, and we'll definitely have at least 3 to 2 Rangers from the old school Power Rangers.
That's dope. I love it. I love it. I'm sold. You got me, brother. You got me. I hope it got y'all when y'all watch this and hear this. I hope you guys are listening and paying attention to what this man is doing.
Okay.
Let the people know where they can find you. The information on the GoFundMe.
Yes.
The whole nine. Yeah.
All right. I'll definitely send you the link so you can share the news as well. And you can go to Alexander_Soba, SOBA, at my Instagram, and it's right there in the link in the bio. You can also go back to Roger's page. You can go to my page, and we'll always have those videos there, the reels there, so you guys can find it immediately. Yeah, so you can go to my Instagram, Roger's Instagram. The link will be in my bio, and then Roger's comment section will relay you back to my profile. So everything's gonna filter through my profile. And
Nice.
again, we need the support from the fans. We would love to make this film. We're trying to raise $100,000 to really make this a good production. And as the money rolls in, we're going to tell you exactly where everything's going to be allocated to. A majority of that 100K is already going to pay for the actors, pay for Roger, and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So about 50% is already for that, for all the actors involved in the film. And the other 50% is going to be for camera, lights, and other expenses that occur during the film. And we're excited. You guys are going to love this. I am telling you. And we're doing the best that we can to at least give you one scene, to see one fight scene, so you could understand how great this is going to be. And as soon as I get my hands on the suits, we'll be posting that too very shortly. Go off the trilogy. I'm just going to say there's going to be a trilogy, but let's get this first film done.
I love it.
Rally up as fans and get it done. It's going to be a real blessing.
Yeah, I love it. I think once you get that first reel going, and open people's eyes a little bit with what you're about to do and what's going to happen and what you can do right now, you're gonna get so much after, because people love this stuff, and like I said, you're about to fill a void that the big bosses over there are missing out on. They can't do. So you and others that's putting some passion behind this stuff, putting these great stories together. I feel like it's gonna be a great emergence of new storytelling for the franchise. It'd be kind of like how Star Wars, like you have the big stuff, the big screen stuff, but you have these awesome stories from the books that that people love so much too. So, and they go different directions as well. So the fact that you guys you join in a good bunch of people that are taking this franchise's IP to the next level, it's gonna be dope. It's all gonna be worth it, honestly.
It's gonna be done with care. We're all fans. We're gonna do it with care. Like you could trust us. Like it's gonna be done right. It's gonna be so good.
This
You
is
know, we
beautiful.
have a great cinematographer. We have a fantastic cast. Well, half a cast.
Work in progress. Work in progress.
but it's all a progress and a process, and we're trying to move forward. So yeah, we're really just trying to expand on the funds so we can start moving forward and really start pushing the totem pole. I want to release the film by February. That's when I want to release the film. It will be on Tubi. It will be on streaming, so it's accessible to everybody, and it will be in theaters for a very short period of time. Over the weekend in private theater for local showings, but that's about it.
I love it.
And then yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I wish I had something to show you guys.
Is it the energy, the story that you're already giving out, the little details is enough right now? You good, you're golden, bro. You're golden. I'm looking forward to seeing what the outcome is through this whole thing. I'm ready to be surprised. I'm ready to laugh. Like the anticipation of it all is good.
A lot of surprises. Something
to look forward to. You're giving me something to look forward to. Okay, so I love stuff like this, and the fact that you have the passion, I can see it, and the energy for it. It's just like, yo, you're on your way. So, oh man, thank you so much for hopping on here and sharing, giving up just some of your time and sharing your story.
Yeah. Thank you,
guys.
I really
Guys, you got to go check this man out. Give some to the GoFundMe, because this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome, and I know I'm excited for it. So I hope you guys are as well as I am, and it's gonna be so many others that's gonna be part of this and gonna love it, and it's gonna be fun. I'm happy about this. This is a good situation. Because the right now, power is a little dark right now in the world. We're not knowing what's happening, and people like you are giving us some hope right now. So, you giving guys like me hope that we're gonna get something to look forward to and watch. Eventually. So thank you. And matter of fact, you gonna get Tubi something that's great to have on their app too. So. I'm looking forward to that too.
Well, we're gonna get it out as soon as possible. As soon as that editing process is done, we're gonna get it out. But once again, to make the film, we need the fan support. So rally up, guys.
Yo, you heard the man, Matt. This is great. Thank you for sharing your time, Mr. Alexander Soba. This is me, that guy, Parker. I'm him, Jurassic Parker, that guy over there with all the toys. That's all that good stuff. And like I say all the time, this is, actually, I'm messing up. Bear it all. Be yourself. This is the BearatNight podcast. We'll see you later. Peace.
All right. It's morphin' time.
You are now listening to BearatNight podcast with your host, Jurassic Parker.